Hey guys, Coach Fitz here. Hopefully everybody's doing as well as they can at home. I'm going to briefly go over some of the meanings of the workouts we put out, just because some of you might not be familiar with some of the terminology we're using in the workouts. I just want to make sure you guys are getting everything possible out of the workouts while you're at home. So I'm going to cover a few of the baselines here of how to read our workouts. The first thing we'll talk about is how the exercises are written down as far as their sets. So what we typically do is we'll have an A, possibly an A1 and an A2, and then we'll have the exercise. So let's just say a push-up, for example, and then a row, for example. So what you'll do is you're going to complete these exercises, so your A1 and A2, before you would move on to a B1 and a B2, which we'll just make up other exercises. We'll say a curl and then a RDL. So this is how this will start. You'll always complete these two exercises. You're going to get a number of sets, reps, everything to do, but you'll complete your A exercises first. So let's go a little bit further and we'll look at our reps that go along with these. So say I typically will do it in rep ranges. So say it's 8 to 10 reps here, 8 to 10 reps here. So this means you're going to do somewhere between 8 and 10 repetitions, depending on how difficult the exercise actually is. And then we have something that we put in all of our workouts called a tempo. And this is going to be based on movement order. I'm going to put another video on this up next that's going to explain the tempo order. But this is always going to dictate how fast you're moving through a certain exercise. And then the last variable we put on there is our rest periods, which we're going to have, I'll just put 60 seconds rest. So for example, on here, when you're doing a workout, you're going to have push-up, 8 to 10 reps. You'll do the tempo on those reps, which this is going to be 4 seconds to lower down, 1 second to come up. And then you're going to rest 60 seconds before you go into your next exercise here, which is your row. So you rest 60, then you do your row. Same thing, it's going to be 8 to 10 reps completed with the tempo. You'll rest 60 seconds. And then I forgot to put one variable on here. We got to know how many sets you're doing. That's pretty important. So we got a 3 and a 3. So you would go through this 3 times. Hopefully that makes sense. So push up, 8 to 10 reps, rest 60 seconds. Row, 8 to 10 reps, rest 60 seconds. You have 3 sets on each. So you would complete that 3 times through, and then you would do a similar thing down here on our B's. And a lot of times we'll write out all the way to C's or D's, depending on our goal and everything of the exercise. So make sure that you're following this scheme here. Like I said, I'm going to go over one other variable here in another video, and I'll cover a lot more on this tempo area so you're all familiar with what that tempo means. So just keep moving. Big thing on these exercises we're pushing out right now is while they're all body weight, you can add any type of load to every movement. So a row, if you guys have a backpack at home, guess what? You can load that backpack up with books, cats, dogs, animals, whatever you can load in there, and complete a row with it. For like an RDL or a squat, same thing. You can figure out ways to add load. That's going to be a huge thing while you're doing the workouts at home is figuring out how to add load. And then this variable right here, that tempo, is going to dictate exactly what we want from the exercises. So make sure you're following that tempo as we go along. And you'll learn a little bit more about that in the next segment. So keep moving, follow these workouts. You can do them as many times as you want. We only put 2 lifts on there and 1 energy system right now. But you can do that lift 4 times a week. It's only written for twice a week, but you can do it 4 times a week. Just keep moving. All right, take care. I'll post another video in a second on the tempos.